you making, folks, and welcome back to another episode. Today's episode, we are going to learn how to get one of these out of your baitcaster. So our first step, I guess, is just to get ourselves a backlash so we can get it taken out. Yeah, that ought to do it. So the first thing you want to do when you get a bird's nest... I'm just kidding. So there's actually two ways I'm going to show y'all how to do this. One's a pretty simple way, but it doesn't really work all the time depending on how bad your backlash is. So the one thing you definitely don't want to do is just start yanking on this thing, because all it's going to do is just bury the lines and the knots way down in that spool, and you're never, ever going to get that out of it. But if you make the mistake of doing that and you end up doing it, the very next step would be... So the first step you're going to want to do is to press your button down so that you can pull the line out. But you don't want, like I said before, you do not want to just yank on this thing and pull it real hard. All you're going to want to do is start pulling it out real slow, real gentle, making sure you keep your thumb a little bit of tension whenever you stop, just so your spool don't keep spinning and you make it worse. So then you're going to come to a spot where it's going to stop. Once it does that, all you're going to do is you're going to press your thumb on here, not too hard to where your drag's going to engage and you're going to be spinning it, nothing's going to be happening. But you're going to want to take it, put a little pressure on it, turn this thing about a full turn, and then press it and then pull. And see, we passed that block now. And you just keep on doing it till it locks again like that. And you do the same thing. You just press your thumb on it, give it about a full turn, and then go again. What it does is when you get a backlash, that spool will spin backwards. Some line will be going this way, some line will be going that way, and it'll lock it all up and just make a mess. So what you're doing here is when you press on the spool with your thumb like that and you're reeling it, you're pushing the line that's backwards, you're pushing it back forwards and it's unlocking it. That makes any sense at all. And then there you go. Simple as that. The backlash is out. But as you're pulling it out, you want to make sure that nothing's on the ground where your line's going to get all wrapped up, and when it's time to start reeling it back in, you just got a mess on your hands. So when you're reeling it back in, you want to make sure you're keeping a little bit of tension on this line, because you don't want this to be loose. Because if you're winding it up and this ends up being loose and you got tight thread on top of loose thread, you're going to end up getting even worse backlashes and so on and so forth. So you want to just put a little pressure like I'm doing right here, just pinching the line a little bit, just to keep it a little bit snug while you reel this bad boy in. And then there you go. All right, so one more time, we got another backlash. All we're gonna do is make sure this button's pressed, start pulling it out nice and gentle, real gentle like. Make sure you're breaking this whenever you stop so it don't just keep spinning and getting worse. And then there we go, we got stopped again. So we're just gonna make sure this is compressed, put our thumb on here, just a little bit of pressure, spin it about a half to a full turn, and then start pulling it back out. Pull it back out. And you just keep on going, making sure you're putting that pressure. All right, we stuck again. Do it again, about a full turn. And then there you go. That is the first method. All right, so that's the first way and the easiest way, but that doesn't always work, like I said, because sometimes the backlash is just a little too bad for that, and it doesn't seem to work, at least for me. So there is a second way. But before we get to that, if you're finding any value in these videos whatsoever, you know, you're picking up what I'm putting down, consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so you'll know every time I upload, and we can go through a few more of these things together. And if there's anything else you want to know that I haven't quite done yet, just leave that in the description below and we will get to it. All right, so the next method, well, I guess we got to get another backlash again. There we go. That'll do it. Ooh, almost died. All right, so like I was saying, first method doesn't always work for me. I like to try it first, but if it doesn't work, whenever you pull it out and it locks up like that, you know, you'll give it a try maybe once or twice, and well, it worked. All right, so as far as the second method goes, I like to try the first method first. You know, you pull out, it gets hung up right there, you do this little number here and then pull it again. But inevitably, one day you're gonna have one that's probably not gonna work that way. So what you're gonna do is, I don't know if you could see it right there where it's locking. You can see this line overlapping your line right there. You got some pieces overlapping. It makes kind of like a V, like this. Your line's going out and then it locks over the top of it, making like this V shape, holding it tight. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna reach in and grab that V and just pull out a little bit, just till it stops. Then you're gonna pull this a little bit more. See, it unlocked it. And you're just gonna keep pulling, nice and slow as usual. and that one, I think we got lucky. It only happened once. And you just keep pulling, nice and easy like. Remember, do not tug if it gets hung up. And there you go. And like I said, you just click it. Make sure you have your string with some tension on it like that as you're reeling it in. Just like so. Yeah. All right, so one more time. We're just gonna keep pulling on out till it locks. And there we go. We got a little lock. So you can see right in there, you'll have some overlapping. So again, you just reach in there and grab it. Sometimes you're not gonna see just one. It's gonna be a bunch of them grabbing it. Just pull it. Just don't pull it too much. Just a little bit, see? And that's all it took to unwind it and to get it off of that this lead line that you're pulling out. And that's all it took for that one, was just one. And there you go. Now I can pretty much promise you, at some point, you are gonna get a bird's nest that you can't get out in either one of those methods. And in that case, you're probably gonna have to take a knife and start cutting. What you'll do is just the line, that extra line that's fluffed out all over the place like a pterodactyl nest, you're just gonna cut those off and then just start pulling those pieces out till you get down to the spool where it's not all, you know, stupid. And then you just have to find the end of your string, pull it out, put your bait on it, and get back on the fishing. But the key to all of it is be patient. Don't let yourself get all stressed out and mad and just start yanking on this thing, because it's going to be over with. But anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a lot out of this. If you want to check out any of my other how-to videos, you can check out this playlist right here, or you can check out the Test It Tuesday playlist, where we test out all kind of other lures and things and such that we'll be getting into right there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. Thank you again so much for watching, and well, I'm out.